Hello everyone, welcome to Inspiration Tarot. If you are new here, my name is Amber, and we are just going to look through the Christmas Oracle deck. This is written by John Hijatt, and it is illustrated by Vinnora. There are 35 cards. They are on the smaller side, but I actually kind of like that because they fit in my hand a little bit better. But they are printed on 350 semi-gloss cardstock here. It does have the red gilded edge, and the card sizes are 2.5 by 3.5. In fact, let me grab, sorry about that, shook the camera. So just to compare here, if you just take a deck of cards, then that's kind of the size of the card. So they're just barely smaller than your average deck of playing cards. Okay, so there are 35 cards here. They do have very good snap to them. They shuffle really well. And I got this on Etsy. When I purchased it, it was $25, and they do ship worldwide. It comes with a color booklet here. You've got a little bit of a description at the front, which we'll get to. And then we also have some spreads in the back. So we've got the Magi spread. It says myrrh, gold, and frankincense. And then we have the wreath spread and the Christmas tree spread. Awesome. All right, so the reason why I wanted to mention the description at the front of the book here, he says that he created it in 2015 because he couldn't find any oracle decks to use around this time of the year. And so he wanted just to sort of create his own. And I think there have been a couple of them, Seasons of Witches, I think is what it's called. Or Season of the Witch, they have, of course, produced some deck or a deck that is centered around the Yule time. But especially in 2015, there wasn't one that I'm aware of. So he created that. But he said that when he was, picking the artist here, that he wanted somebody who can mirror his vision of diversity and wanted to ensure the representation of people of color and the LGBTQ plus communities. And so we'll point that out as we go through, but I really like that that he did that, especially in 2015, because that wasn't, decks were starting to change around that time, but I still wasn't seeing a lot of diversity in the decks back then. So I'm really grateful for him for trying to make sure to include that. Okay, so let's go through the cards here. We have Santa Claus. I love that he just looks like he's on a mission. Mrs. Claus, obviously wiping her brow. She's been doing work all day, getting ready for the season. We have Snow People. So this is what I'm talking about. So instead of just saying snowman, he put Snow People. Snowflakes. Blizzard. And I love that all of the artwork goes together. Whenever I see self-printed oracle decks, sometimes they're just images that they've collected online, and then they slapped a word on there, but these were all drawn for the deck, so it's cohesive all the way through. Lights. And some of them sort of have a before and after, or two different types. So this says presents, but the next one is gifts unwrapped. So you have presents, and then you also have unwrapped presents. We have the star card here with the, I'm not sure if that's little or the Big Dipper, and then what looks like Cassiopeia up at the top. Ornaments, toys. Got this little train down here. Cookies and milk. And then also shoes and hay. for the reindeer. Family dinner. Party. Got caroling. Rudolph, he's sort of looking up at the sky, which I really like. Almost like he's longing to be up there. Okay, and then this is another one, like what I was saying before. So we have a sleigh in the sky, but then we also have sleigh on the ground. Hearth. A Yule log. We have mistletoe, and I like that you can't necessarily identify the genders in this card. It's really inclusive that way. North Pole. It says welcome. Elves. They look a little unhappy, but they've been working all season. Workshop. I like that in this workshop, you know, you can actually see the tools that are used. Sometimes they just show kind of an assembly line, but I like that these are actual tools. We've got wreath, coal, an angel. And this does lean, you know, slightly towards the Christian faith system, but I will say it's not heavily religious in any of these cards. Angel, or I'm sorry, oranges. Chimney, and I like that they have the hearth and then they have chimney. Dear Santa for the letter. They've got these cute little kid drawings on the letter, which is such a kid thing to do. Holly, which speaking of, you can see the back of the cards also have, oops, hollies on them. Ivy, poinsettias, and sugar plums. I think on the listing it said 36 cards. It's definitely 35. So that's something I wanted to sort of point out. Let's see, let me go ahead and shuffle them here. Just realized I've got two of them, some of them backwards. There we go. Okay. So of course, just like a regular deck of cards, they're going to shuffle easily. You can overhand shuffle them, which is what I usually do after the first little bit, because as you can see, they sort of, all cards will start to sort of bend in one direction if you shuffle them that way too much. But let's read. I wanted to read for the two sleighs. I think they were 18. Yeah, okay. There we go. So sleigh in the sky. This one says sleigh in flight. So I know that this was reprinted, so perhaps the name changed here. But it says Santa on his sleigh indicates getting ready for the long haul. The path or journey may lead you to many great heights, distances, and travels. You may encounter fog or unclear times, but with the right preparation, you can make it. So yeah, really motivational there. And then the sleigh on the ground, it says when the winter snows and the ice covers the land, the sleigh was an effective transportation for short distances in an area without the road systems we know today. Accomplish your short-term goals, activities, and journeys when this sleigh slides into your reading. Awesome. So again, 35 cards here. They're small in to hold in the hand, and they shuffle really, really well. And I just really like them. I like that they I love a good theme, and I like that they are themed here for the holidays. It really makes my readings, fun, especially for recording online. But yeah, if you have any questions, then let me know. And I hope that you have a wonderful season and that you enjoy these cards if you buy them.